Good day. My name is Jenaline K. Adria, and I am a student at Narsushaton campus pursuing a Bachelor of Elementary Education. Today's topic is the elements of arts. The objectives of this lesson is, at the end of this lesson, students will be able to K. Explain the two elements of art mentioned, S. Identify the elements of art in selected works, and A. Apply the elements of art to their own work. But first, let's define what the arts is. Art. It is the product or process of deliberately arranging items in a way that influences and affects one or more of the senses, emotions, and intellect. This is similar to how several elements make up all matter. Various elements are combined to create art. The components of art that artists utilize to construct a work of art are known as the elements. Now, let's tackle the first elements of art, which is line. Line is a mark that is made on a surface or outline, defined by a point moving in space, can be 2, 3, or descriptive, implied, or abstract. Not all lines in art are straight or other. They can also be implied, abstract, or 2 or 3-dimensional. The fundamental elements of visual arts is line. So as a result, it is also simple to define art as a mark that travels any path between two or along the path of a moving point. Lines are used in the artwork and design as a variety of marks, outlines, and implied lines. Most frequently, they define shapes in two-dimensional works. When we're talking about implied lines, this is the path that the viewer's eye takes as it follows shapes, colors, and form along a path. There are 5 main types of lines in art: vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, zigzag lines, and curved lines. The 5 main kinds of lines, we have the first one, horizontal line. Lines that run parallel to the ground. While horizontal lines are straight lines parallel to the horizon that move from left to right, they suggest width, distance, calmness, and stability. In this landscape, horizontal lines also help give a sense of space. The line sections of the landscape which disappear into space. They also suggest continuation of the landscape beyond the picture plane to the left and right. Now, the second one is vertical line. Lines that move up and down. Vertical lines are straight up and down. Lines that are moving in space without any slant are perpendicular to horizontal lines. They suggest height and strength because they extend toward the sky and seems unshakable. Since vertical lines are perpendicular to the earth and extend upward toward the sky, they frequently convey a sense of height. Vertical lines in this church interior simply refer to spirituality rising above and towards the heavens. Third, we have diagonal line. Lines that are slant. Diagonal lines are straight lines that slant in any direction except horizontal or vertical. When in use, this suggests movement or lack of stability. An impression of motion is created by diagonal lines. Any object that is positioned diagonally is unstable. They are neither horizontal nor vertical, so they are either about to fall or already falling. In this stormy harbor scene, the ship's angles, the nearby rocks, give the impression of movement or speed. Let's have the fourth one, curved lines. These are the lines that change directions gradually. Curved lines are lines that bend and change direction gradually. They can be simply wavy or spiral. Such lines convey the feelings of comfort and ease, as well as sensual quality as they remind us the human body. A lines of curvature can represent energy. Soft, shallow curves have a nice, sensual feel and frequently soften the composition by calling to mind the contours of the human body. In this image, the pulse age softly guides the viewer's attention to the sculpture in the distance. Lastly, we have zigzag line. These are the lines that are made by combining diagonal lines that change directions. Zigzag lines are a series of diagonal lines joined at ends. They can convey action and excitement as well as restlessness and anxiety. These five types of lines, when viewed in a work of art, create confusion. They suggest actions and excitements. Now let's move to the second element of art, shape. It has always two dimensions, length as well as width. Shape is represented as an enclosed area that is defined by color, value, space, texture, and form. When lines form together, they make flat shapes. This pertains to the use of areas and two-dimensional space that can be defined by edges, setting one flat specific space apart from another. Shapes can be geometric. Example given is square, circle, triangle, hexagon, etc. Or organic, such as the shape of a paddle, blob, leaf, boomerang, etc. or in the nature. So today, I will discuss the different types of shape you will encounter in art, how to use them, and then provide master painting examples. There are two major types of shapes in art, which are geometric and organic. Now let's first tackle the geometric shapes. Geometric shapes, also called as regular shapes. These are the shapes that are easy to recognize, and it is used math information also. Geometric shapes are mathematical and include squares, circles, and triangles. Get familiar with these geometric shapes as they form the foundation for any subject you paint. We called mathematical because recognizable shapes like squares, rectangles, circles, cubes, spheres, and cones are examples of geometric shapes. Man-made geometric shapes are common. The shapes of many natural forms are likewise geometric shapes. Geometric shapes are used in the design of this cabinet. Now, let's move to second types of shape, which is organic shape, also called as freedom shapes. These are the shapes that seems to follow no rules. Figures that have a natural look and a flowing curving appearance. Organic shapes are irregular or asymmetrical. You will encounter them frequently when painting the landscape. Think of a shapes which make up clouds, trees, or rocks. The majority of organic shapes are irregular and asymmetrical. Although organic forms are frequently found in nature, man-made structures can also resemble organic forms. For the leaves and berries of this wreath, organic shapes are used. Now let's have positive shapes. It is the solid forms. Occupy positive shape. The positive space and masked by black. A negative shape. It is the space in the design around the positive shape. The negative space is marked by black. So, positive and negative shapes refer to the shapes created by changes in space. Positive shapes represent the space where objects exist, while negative shapes represent the space between those objects. For example, in the painting by John Singer Sargent, the female figure and table are positive shapes. The background and floor are negative shapes. That's all of my pre-recorded, and thank you for listening.